Anyways, hi guys. Greet. Hi everyone. Welcome back. If you're like a recurring attendee of the things you can't touch, then welcome back. But if you're not, welcome to another episode of the things you can't touch.
Mm.
This is episode. I don't know. There's a number. I think it's episode 17. Episode 18.
17, I think.
Wow, yes, it's good to know. I think it's episode 17. I haven't yet introduced the guest, and maybe I'm going to do that now. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. As you can see him to the left of me. Yes, please tell them who you are and what you do and what you're made of.
Um, Hi everybody. My name's Yef. I am a former systems engineer.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, I used to be a full-time
Used to be a
student,
student.
but now I'm an all-time superstar. You know.
Wow, go on.
Yeah. Some people call me the hitman. Some people call me the hitmaker. I don't know. Yeah, I just be existing. Yeah, I just be existing. I do a lot of creative stuff. So whether that be music, well, I started in music anyway. Um, I do a bit of videography, photography as well. But yeah, I just be living. I just be vibing. Yeah,
You're cool.
I appreciate it.
With that being said, I
Yeah,
think everyone should know where to find you. So drop like your Instagram, TikTok. If
fair enough.
you're still feeling TikTok at this point, but
Yeah, to be honest, my TikTok is there. Do I use it? No. Will I use it again? Yes.
first.
My TikTok is at Yef underscore. That's just YEF underscore. I don't know how you can get confused with the name Yef. It's just YEF. Keep in
You'll
mind,
be
Yef
surprised.
is all lowercase as well. Yeah, YEF all lowercase. Instagram Yef.music. Yeah, that's me. Anything else I want to shout out? No, that's all the socials I want to shout out. Yeah.
Cool. If you remember anything later, we're gonna like redo this at the
Oh
end,
yeah,
so
no
it's
problem.
okay. Now, like, it's time for the nitty gritty. It's time for the I don't know
The
if I
meat
should
of the
call
word.
it the exciting part
Right,
or the scary part.
right.
But yeah, I have a question for you,
Go on.
and the question that I have is this. Let me remember it and word it correctly. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay, so what does it mean to you
Yeah.
to lose the will to live?
Eh!
Once
To
I
lose the
explain like
will
where I'm
to live.
coming from,
Raw.
it won't sound that scary, but yeah. Just what does it mean to you to lose the will to live?
To lose the will to live.
Mhm.
Um, like that to me, instantly sounds like kind of I don't know how to say this without getting demonetized.
Nah, I feel like you should just be free. Like the world is so sensitive these days. Just say what you want to
Like
say.
when you say losing the will to live, that sounds
Hmm.
kind of suicidal.
Yeah,
Slightly.
it does.
It does sound
I feel like
suicidal.
the concept of losing the will to live has been
Mm-hmm.
associated with like wanting to off yourself.
Yeah.
But in the context that we're going to be talking about it today is going to be a little bit different.
Right.
Have you ever heard of well, I'm guessing you've heard of pessimism.
Pessimism, yeah?
Like you know what pessimism
Mm-hmm.
is. Have you heard of philosophical pessimism?
I have not.
And that's okay because I'm gonna do like brief explanations and then we're gonna
Fantastic.
talk about it
I
and
would
then
really appreciate
see,
that.
you know, where your mind is at
Lovely.
with the concept of it.
Yes.
First of all, do you think you're a pessimist?
No,
Oh, okay. Why?
quite the opposite actually.
Why?
I do think, well, to be honest, these days, like when it comes to doing anything in general, like there's some sort of like delusion, and it's like delusion masked in hope
Fairs,
under the overall umbrella of faith
faith.
that just
Okay.
helps me to get things done. Like
Okay.
I could give plenty of examples, but I'm sure we're gonna go
Okay.
in depth later.
Fairs.
But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a pessimist. I would say I'm more on the optimist side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So with that being said, what does pessimism really like? What does that look like to you? Do you think I don't know? Do you think pessimism is a good thing? It's a bad thing? Or
I think pessimism is, well, in this context, define pessimism.
I don't know. I think that's what I want us to do
Is that okay?
together.
Right.
Yeah. Like what is like because obviously we need to have a joint agreement
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
what we're gonna be exploring. But for me, pessimism is I don't know. I feel like pessimism is really extreme realism, but a lot of people can beg to differ. I just feel like the notion of pessimism has had negative connotations because it's like, oh, you're just being a Debbie Downer, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And like you're just thinking about the negatives, you're not thinking about the positives. And people usually they glamorize the
For
concept
sure.
of optimism.
Yeah.
But for me, I think realism is the realist stance.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
obviously because it's called realism.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a lot of people claim that they're realists, but they're not actually realists.
That's true.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Indeed.
But yeah, for me, I think I'd rather take the pessimist approach to things.
Okay.
For the reasons that we're literally gonna unpack in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I need to answer your question directly, which is what do I think pessimism is? I
Yeah.
think it's really extreme realism.
Yeah. I was gonna say that because you need to make the distinguish. Is it the
Distinction.
distinction? That's
I
the word.
know you were gonna say
I
distinguishment.
I don't
I
do
saw it
English.
coming.
I don't do English.
That's that
I
STEM
did
student.
engineering. I
One
literally did
engineer.
engineering.
Yeah, we can tell. But yeah.
Yikes. Anyways, yeah, we need to make the distinction between pessimism and realism.
Yeah.
Like realism is, I think the way I look at things these days is, I start by looking in the realist point of view, and then I go into the optimist, delusional type of view.
I like the fact that you said that because for
Yeah.
me, I feel like pessimism, as I said before, is extreme realism.
Yes.
But you can literally
Yeah.
disagree with me. Some people argue that there's a stark difference between the two.
No,
But
I do agree with you, because like sometimes when you look at things, you can't see too much good in
exactly,
certain
especially
scenarios.
in this world,
In these planets.
the world is wicked.
This world
The world is
is
wicked,
hell.
and we've seen it.
Oh.
But I like the fact that you associated optimism with delusion.
Yeah.
So would you say that optimistic people are just delusional?
No.
Okay. I thought I was gonna get you, but that's fine. Go on. Why not?
Because it's hard to see the good in things. But just as if you look long enough to see the bad in things, you can look long enough to see the good in things.
So calling optimism delusional is like a bit unfair if you're calling pessimism real. Is
I
that what
wouldn't
you're
call
saying?
pessimism real. I'd put optimism. Optimism is crazy.
That's fine.
I'd put optimism,
Yep.
delusion,
Yep.
realism, and pessimism all in separate categories.
Optimism,
But
delusion. Okay.
what I would like, if I were to rank them in terms of like most negative to most positive, it'd probably be what's the pessimism,
Yeah.
then
Realism.
then optimism, then delusion.
Delusion. Yeah. So what, you prefer to live in delusion than optimism? Because you said you're an optimistic person.
I find living in delusion, this makes me sound crazy, but
Yeah.
I find like if you were to take aspects of like living in delusion, when I say delusion, I literally mean in quotation marks, like
Yeah.
it's sometimes like funny. Like,
Yeah.
it makes you like, it makes you a bit more lighthearted about the situation.
Yeah. It makes you like life is never that it's never that serious.
Yeah, it's like,
it's not that deep.
well,
Yeah.
obviously life can very much life sometimes.
Yeah, it can get serious.
It can get very serious quickly.
I've
But
seen it.
in the scenarios that I've experienced in my life, where things have become like really, really challenging. I'm like, let me not stay in this rut. Let me not stay in the mud forever. Let me try and see the good in things. And if I can't see the good in things, let me just choose not to see the bad. I'll just turn a blind eye to it.
I think I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just turn a blind eye to the bad.
I was gonna say something. I was too busy listening. I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
But when it comes to me, I'll talk about it.
Right.
But that's all of that was just like a preemption.
Right.
English.
Yeah. English.
It was like
Englishy.
leading up to what I'm
Right.
gonna say.
Right.
Cool. So we're here to talk about a strand of philosophical pessimism.
Right.
So there's like, we have nihilism, we have absurdism, and we also have Schopenhauerism.
Come on.
Yeah. So I think he's German, Polish, and like you can tell by the name.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna ask you to say Schopenhauer.
Please don't.
But yeah.
I stopped doing German in year 9.
Oh, you did German.
Ja,
One.
als ich 5 Jahre alt war,
The
habe
truth?
ich Fußball gespielt. And them things there.
Somebody should help me translate that because I didn't do German.
It means when I was 5 years old, I used to play football.
So speaking exam practice is what you gave me.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's fine. Perfect. So Schopenhauer, he was a philosopher. He was really cool because people regard him as like the realist philosopher. But people also think he's really pessimistic.
Interesting.
He wrote a book called there's something about the will,
Mm-hmm.
the will to live, basically.
Okay.
So the reason why I asked you the question in the beginning is because
Yeah.
he said that when as we're here
Yeah.
existing, living
Yeah.
in the world, there's a force upon us, and that force is within us called the will to life. Do you see?
The force is
The
upon us.
force is upon
The
us.
force is within us.
And the force is within us. Like that's what he said. It sounds so poetic.
Very.
But yeah, it's called the will to life, and the will to life is basically that thing that keeps you going.
Okay. Yeah.
It's that thing that makes you want to wake up and like strive. It's that thing that makes you want to wake up and hustle.
Yeah.
You know this concept of hustle culture.
I hate it.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Why do you hate it? You don't.
Um,
You don't like her? The hustle culture?
No.
Capitalism? No,
no.
it's not.
I mean, I don't. To be honest, I can't even say I don't like capitalism because I don't know what it is.
Fairs.
I don't like, but
Yeah.
I don't like hustle culture. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you carry on before I delve into my despise for hustle culture.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Am I cooked, chat?
You're not cooked yet. I feel like people have been cooked greater than you,
Fairs.
and like you caught yourself. And for me, I just want you to be free.
Yeah.
And you should say what you want. And if like people want to drag you,
Yeah.
that is okay.
That's fine.
That's my own personal
That's
opinion.
fine.
But yeah, when he talks about the will to live, it's like basically sometimes I don't know how to explain. I feel like okay, cool. Just take it easy, slow down, breathe. Cool. Basically, you set an aim in life,
Right.
you achieve it, and then you're setting another one, and then you're setting another one, and you're another one, and another one, and it's about the perpetual cycle of continuously, whichever word it is, trying to achieve something,
Yeah.
and then just never ever being satisfied.
Hmm.
So he talks about that, and he basically gives us tips in life, about how we should conceptualize life and how we should go about living life.
Mm-hmm.
This thing keeps turning off. Bear with me. So the world's like it's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do you even agree with that concept? Do you think that that's how life goes? Do you think
That we're just going from achievement to achievement?
a perpetual cycle?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
I think that I think you're obviously gonna. Everybody wants to do good things at the end of the day. So, like, if you finish doing one good thing,
Yeah.
you're like, let's do another one. Let's do another good thing. I don't know if I'm coming off really shallow, but I mean, this is the extent to what I've thought about it. Like, you just, let's say, oh, I finish, I get a raise. Fantastic. What's the next good thing that's on the horizon or something like that?
Then you try and get that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's his problem.
That's his problem.
Yeah. I think that's what he doesn't like about the world.
Interesting.
He says that the world is actually just like a pendulum swinging between boredom and pain.
Oof.
Like, that was just so real of him to say that.
I hear it.
And happiness is just a fleeting concept. Because like you're never ever like people seem to always want to chase happiness, but once you get it, it's very, very temporary.
Yeah, happiness is really temporary.
So he says that we shouldn't chase happiness, we should just chase the absence of pain. That's what like does that even make sense as a sentence?
Yeah, because there can be times you're not feeling pain, but you're not necessarily feeling happy. You're just
Yeah, you're just there.
You're just there.
And I think that's what it is. So that's why I said like, what is the will to live? Because the original question I wanted to ask you, I was told that this is like too like out there. Was should we lose the will to live? Basically,
No.
I know like your response is probably the response of a lot of people who like no, like what do you mean lose the will to live? Like no, like live.
Yeah.
But like for him, it's like the will to live. I think is understood slightly differently, which is about that perpetual cycle of constantly wanting to achieve. That's the will to live. And he doesn't explicitly say that we should lose the will to live, but I've interpreted him as saying that.
Okay.
I believe that people should do what they want, firstly, but like a nice, a solemn approach to life, just a gentle one, you know, just a soft approach to life is genuinely to just lose the will to live. Like, forget about all of the different achievements that you want to achieve. Just be. Like,
well, I think in this case, so does Schopenhauer in this case?
What?
Does he mean in this case like the will to live is going from achievement to achievement?
Yeah,
that's what he means.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I would define the will to live as
Wanting to
something.
be alive.
No, not even like wanting to be alive and wanting to be happy.
Wanting to be happy.
Yeah, wanting
Do you
wanting to
think
feel
we
like.
should want to be happy
Of
when we
course.
know that happiness is just a fleeting emotion?
Okay, fairs. Yeah.
Is there any point striving towards something that we know is just going to disappear in the next 2 seconds?
True. I think. I think this is a biblical concept. Obviously, the distinction between happiness and joy. Joy is a
Okay.
bit more. I think it's longer lasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But is joy or is it more like content?
I think there's a difference between joy and contentment.
What is that difference?
I'd say. Let me give an example from my degree.
One.
What's it called? I was content with the fact that I stayed 19 hours on campus to do this 4-question assignment that I didn't even finish question 4 on. It took me 4 days to finish question 3. I didn't finish question 4. I just charged it. I was content with handing in that assignment.
Yeah.
Like, I was content. I didn't feel joy. I didn't feel pain.
Like you were just content.
I was just content.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Because at that point, I couldn't really care less about it. So I was just like...
Okay, because it wasn't significant. You
No,
were
it
just
is
like
significant.
fine with it.
It is significant. It is.
Okay, so you've lost me then.
Fairs.
Because I thought like you'll only be content if it's not important.
Oh no.
No.
It is important, but I was content with what I put into that.
So you weren't overjoyed.
No,
you weren't
no,
happy.
no,
Okay,
no.
okay, you were
And
just content.
Yeah, and even though I didn't get what I wanted, I was content that I was like, you know what? I tried everything I could. I exhausted all my possible options, and I couldn't do anything else.
Okay.
And the fact that I can still submit something, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm content with that. But with joy, that's like me finishing my degree.
Okay. So you were content with something that was like not a milestone in your life, basically.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I feel like people always like celebrate, they express joy, like if you like, you call it happiness when they achieve something that seems substantial and great. But to society though, what about like to you? Because in the grand scheme of things, if you were just born and you were just you, would you care about finishing a degree? Would you care about, I don't know, becoming a CEO and things of that nature? Or is it just the societal construct?
Is there societal construct?
Yeah.
Like celebrating?
Yeah. And like being joyful about something.
No, because I mean,
because if there wasn't a pressure for you to do something,
yeah,
you would just feel. I feel like you'll feel indifferent to everything that you do. I don't think that you'll be.
But
overjoyed?
Where's the
Where's the fun in that?
Where's the fun in that? Yeah, where's the fun in feeling indifferent to everything?
That's the thing. Like, has the world just conditioned you to feel like you have to have fun? I don't know.
Well, you don't have to have fun.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's
So
nice
it
to
doesn't.
have fun.
No, but who said that? According to who?
According to everybody who's ever had fun.
Guys. I just feel like it's not necessary.
It's not necessary to have fun.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I feel like we've been conditioned to think that we have to have fun.
And how?
Because of the way that like the social structure of the world is. Like you have to do this, you have to achieve that, you have to go to school, you have to graduate, you have to finish, you have
Well,
to,
not necessarily.
and then that's what makes
carry
you
on.
feel like you're joyful. Like even if you start, for example, forget education, even if you started a music career, you have to hit certain milestones for you to be joyful.
True.
Because that's what success looks like to the world.
Okay. I like the fact that you talked about music then and it's hitting certain milestones.
Yeah.
Right now, the fact that I've been in university for the past 3 years studying engineering, like it stripped me of all the time that I had before uni to devote to music.
Yeah.
That's been that got completely stripped from me whilst I was studying. But now that I'm done, like I can be joyful again just in the process of making music. Like I remember there was a time I do remember myself distinctly saying like I just want to feel that. I want to feel that moment again when I'm like,
just like I'll be in the studio,
like
doing all those things.
Not even that. Like, even whilst I'm mid making, like, let's say I'm mid making a beat or something like that, and I'm like, I'm listening to something, and I'm like, oh, that bangs, and I'm like, yeah, this just sounds good. This just makes me just makes me want to move and groove a little bit.
Yeah, and
For
that's
me,
that's innate. That's within you.
yeah,
It
that's
hasn't
within
been
me.
projected onto you.
No, that's
Fairs.
something completely different. That's not based on any achievement. I'm not thinking
Yeah.
about releasing the song, however many
Okay.
streams
It's
it's
just
gonna get.
something that just makes you
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. And for me,
Fairs.
that's that's happiness.
Yeah.
That's happiness.
Something that comes from within you
Yeah,
rather than something that you think people expect of you.
yeah, yeah,
Fairs.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
I think I liked that. I want to read you a quote now
Please do.
that he said.
Right.
He says, "Man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills." How does that
Man
make you
can.
feel?
Let me try and understand that sentence.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Man can do
What he wills.
what he wills,
Yes.
but he cannot will
Mm-hmm.
what he wills.
Wow.
Hmm.
So he wills.
Yeah.
There's a will that he does. He can do it,
Mm-hmm.
what he wills to do, but he cannot will what he wills. The will is just it's innate. You can't control it, basically.
Is that basically you can't control what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's good to just say things simply. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't control what you want.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, I don't know.
You can't control what you want. What does that mean?
Yeah. Because where does the one even come from in the beginning?
Some things you just have to boil down to human nature.
Wow, I'm so glad you said that.
But
So what is the
what
human
is human
nature?
nature?
Yeah.
Please don't ask me that. I'm a STEM student. I ain't
Yeah.
got a clue
No,
about
but like
students.
and the thing is like fair, it's understandable, but I
Yeah.
feel like as you're in this world
Yeah.
and you exist and you're a human,
Yeah.
I think you're human, right?
I try to be.
Yeah. As long as you're human,
Yeah.
I'm sure you have a concept of what human nature, quote unquote, is to you. What you think it is.
I think as I'm speaking right now, I don't think I've ever made this thought ever.
Wow.
But,
So it's just coming. This is fresh,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Write it down.
Guys, I don't really think too much.
Right.
I just
And that's understandable.
Yeah, 'cause I don't-
otherwise
I
you'll
don't-
end up like me.
Oh.
Yeah.
right. But yeah, I put everything that I can't explain anymore under like logic or even emotion. I just put that under human nature, and I'm just like, here's what it is.
Yeah, it is what it
Here's
is.
what it is.
So
I think human nature can be best described as it is what it is.
like nothing specific. Human
Yeah,
nature
nah.
doesn't have to be a specific thing.
Not
It
at all.
just is.
It just is.
Just
because
like the will just is.
at the end of the day, every human is different. So everybody's individual version of human nature is going to be different.
Okay.
But
That's interesting.
you can put.
But don't you think that there has to be something that's uniting all humans to have? Because like we're all humans, but
Yeah.
what unites us as human beings? What like for me to be a human and for you to not be an alien?
Genes, science,
First, biology.
and them things there.
First, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's STEM. Anyway,
Lich.
I'm gonna go to the
I'm really sorry if I'm like coming off really shallow. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think it's shallow.
Yeah.
I just think that this is just what you're thinking right now. And that's
Yeah.
okay. Not everyone has to give us like a deep
Profound.
like a profound
Yeah.
like well of what do you call it now? I don't know, wisdom.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to be crazy. This is literally just your thoughts. And I think that's all that matters.
That's all I've got, lad.
And that's all that matters, as I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives us pointers
Mm-hmm.
how to live life and not be absorbed by your will to live.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is to live in solitude. Do you think that A, that's possible, and B, that's like a good thing to do? Because apparently some people say humans need humans, but like to what extent, like to what degree do humans actually need human beings?
I think humans do need humans because like community is always nice. I think community is always nice to have in terms of like, what's it? Just having someone to like relate to, having someone to bounce off.
Yes.
However, I would say myself being quite an introverted person, I do slightly agree with the idea of humans living in solitude because you discover stuff about yourself that
By
perhaps
yourself.
you
Yeah.
discover stuff
About
about
yourself, by
yourself by
yourself.
yourself
Yeah.
that perhaps you wouldn't have done
With
in
other
the presence of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair because he says that when you're by yourself, that's the only time that you can truly be free. And I found that so interesting.
I agree.
Wow.
Small, I agree because like even when you're with anybody, no matter how close you are to them, you're gonna be restricting some side of yourself.
Some part of you.
Some part of yourself you're gonna have to hold back.
Yeah, because you have to be socially acceptable.
Exactly.
Innit?
Exactly.
Yeah. Fairs. And when you're by yourself, you can truly be yourself. But like, why do you? I want to ask, like, why do you need to be yourself? Why can't you just be like what society needs you to be? Because if you're by yourself, what's the like? Why is that significant? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Because I
Can you
think
rephrase
in
the
my
question?
head,
Yeah.
have you ever heard if the tree, like, if no one is there when the tree falls, did the tree really
The
fall?
tree means
So it's like,
did tree fall?
if you're who you are, like the true form of yourself by yourself, why is that important? If no one knows that that's the true you, so does the true you really need to exist? Wow.
I think you can show elements of the true version of yourself
When you're with other people,
Yeah.
by spending time with yourself by yourself.
I think you discover who you are by yourself, and you can show that true side when you're with other people. Let's say you're comfortable with some people, like you can definitely show some of that true side to yourself. Like, so there's some people that I've shown my true element to. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I haven't put on the PR, type of version.
Fairs.
But now this one here, me right now. I'm just in my element. I wouldn't say I'm the true version of myself. But at the end of the day, like you can't really put a definition on the true version of yourself because that can change. That depends on your circumstances.
Yeah. Another thing that he says about solitude, which is really interesting, is that intelligence
Interesting.
is, what's the word? Inversely proportional. Intelligence is inversely proportional to social interaction. So basically, the more social interaction you have, the less intelligent you are. And it's just like, huh?
But then what about social intelligence?
Exactly. That's a good question. But I feel like for him, that's not really important because I feel like for him, people are just not important. But that's strange because one of his main like arguments for like how to be ethical is empathy and compassion. You need to be compassionate.
Yeah.
So you need to care about other people. Exactly. So yeah, I don't know why he says that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
You said intelligence inversely proportional to
social interaction.
Yeah, like I said, like the whole concept of social intelligence. That's an umbrella that covers things like you said, empathy, compassion.
Yeah.
You need to be socially intelligent to exercise those
emotional
characteristics.
Intelligence.
Emotional intelligence as well. That comes under that umbrella as well. So I think because the more inside you are, obviously the more you learn about yourself, the more intelligent you can become. I don't know what definition of intelligence we're using here.
Oh, fairs.
But
fairs.
Like,
what does he mean by intelligent? I feel like maybe.
Yeah, that's the thing. What does he mean? Because if he means book smart.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he does mean book smart because
book smart. Obviously, if you lock yourself in your room and read a textbook all day, of course you're gonna memorize the flipping textbook and when it comes to exam, just smash it.
So maybe that's what he wants. Maybe he just wants us to be intelligent and read philosophically and just like just be well read.
Just be well read, yeah.
And just well rounded as a person in terms of education.
Yeah.
And like not interact with people. But yeah, that's interesting.
But what's the fun in not interacting with people?
You and fun.
Why not have fun?
But why have fun?
Because it's fun. Fun is fun.
How ironic.
And them things there. Guys, not sponsored, but drink water.
Not sponsored, but drink water. Guys, remember to drink water.
Please drink water
today. I'm actually gonna post this on TikTok as an ad.
Oh, what, drink water?
Yeah, drink water.
Yes, drink water.
Sponsored by Yef.
Sponsored?
Not sponsored by Yef. But guys, remember to drink water from Yef. It's a message. Oh, cool. We've kind of touched on the concept of happiness already.
Right.
But he says that happiness is actually always negative. I feel like you don't really like Schopenhauer.
He's just an interesting bloke.
Yeah. That song was so good, and it
Appreciate
came out of nowhere.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, he is interesting, and a lot of people actually resonate with what he says. And I feel like I was resonating with what he said until I started talking to you, because saying it out loud just sounds really dumb. I don't know how to explain it. Like, saying it out loud makes it just seem like irrational.
Could that be because he's coming from the point of seclusion,
Solitude,
solitude,
and then
but now you're talking to me, there's somebody else in the room.
yeah, so then it doesn't
have
really
to be-
bang, like it doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't hit the same.
Yes, cool. That probably is why.
Could be.
But yeah,
Could be.
your reaction to him saying that happiness is always negative was interesting.
Yeah, because how was it negative?
I think it's negative because it's temporary. I think it's negative because it's fleeting.
But okay, what was the last great meal you had?
I can't even tell you.
Damn.
Being a uni student is not
Oh yeah, I
easy.
can't lie, bro. If I tell you some of the meals I've had,
Oh, I can't even tell you, bro.
Oh my
Struggle
gosh.
meals, like,
I don't think you guys understand. Like this week
alone.
alone, at one point, all I had in my fridge was white rice.
It's good to have something in the fridge. It's good to have something in the fridge. Some people
no,
only have Indomie in the cupboard.
No. I finished my Indomie.
Right.
I
So
finished
all
it.
you had was white rice.
All I had was
Should I
white
tell
rice.
you what happened to my white rice?
Oh.
It turned purple.
Come on.
Uni,
How?
like uni shows you things that you've never seen in your life. Yeah, my white rice
Come
turned purple.
no. Come in.
I can't tell you why.
How?
You're a STEM student. You should tell me why.
Please,
my
I
white
did
rice
not
turned
do
purple.
biology or chemistry.
It was just
I
there
did
for a
basically
minute.
physics.
Like it was there for a hot minute. It turned. My friend's white rice turned blue.
Why
So-
are we
Why are
turning
we
white
turning
rice,
white rice
white
colours?
rice
I don't
into
know.
colors?
But
Why
yeah,
is this?
when you go to uni, guys, like it's not as
Scary.
as bright as portrayed.
Uni is not all parties.
Don't spend your SFE on kind of
Can I
Can you say it, please?
Canada go?
Thank you. And Balenciaga.
Balasigua.
Don't
Canada go
your
and
SFE.
Balasigua.
She
That's
said, like,
hilarious.
don't do that. It's just not good. You
Yeah,
don't
nah.
have food in the fridge.
You know what's so funny? I don't think I saw a penny of my student finance. Tell a lie. I saw my penny. I saw.
Minimum.
Yeah. Minimum. And can you imagine? I'm living there.
Never.
I'm living in.
Right. You're living in blood
I'm
and
living in.
beat. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry about
I
that.
didn't see a penny.
I
What I did.
cannot relate.
I saw. At one point, I saw.
100.
No, not 100. I saw £800
Oh my gosh.
and I spent it all in a month.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what did you spend it on?
To be honest, I needed equipment. I did.
Okay,
need equipment,
fair.
so,
See, that's a good thing to spend it on. Some people,
yeah.
as we said, spend it on Canada Goose and Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Don't play with it.
Yeah. So.
How did you get there?
I don't know. I'm a professional yapper.
You're a professional yapper.
Yeah. Happiness. And how what's it
Happiness.
called? Temporary. Innit?
Yeah, it's fleeting. So therefore,
Yeah,
it's actually...
we were talking about the last meal you had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking. Yeah. So what's the last good meal you've had?
Like you've asked again.
Yeah.
And I repeat that. I cannot tell you.
You're gonna have to. Sorry.
The best. Okay, I'm gonna say a chocolate cake because I really like
chocolate cake?
Yeah.
You like chocolate cake? That's interesting.
I really like chocolate.
In my
cake.
humble opinion,
Don't drag it. Don't drag
it's
chocolate
not
cake.
top 3.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not top 3
That's
in my
fine.
opinion.
Just say you're here.
Yes, I am.
Just say you're here. Okay.
I'm the biggest hater.
Chocolate cake is
The way that
actually
you
very,
walk,
very
the way
nice.
that you talk,
Do you like
the way you dress? Huh?
what?
It's
Rapper is that? Do you like red velvet?
I know red velvet is basically just chocolate
Okay,
with colouring.
good. Because I was gonna say, because if you like red velvet,
And you don't like
then
chocolate.
then you're a
that's,
scam.
yeah.
That's how you know people just like
They
things.
just like.
Yeah, people just like things because of how it sounds and how it looks, not because of
Lich.
actually what it
Oh,
is.
red velvet
If
sounds
you
fancy.
like red velvet and you don't like chocolate cake, it says a lot about you because they are one and the same.
One and the
You
same.
learn something new
Think
anyway,
about it every day.
as you were.
Yeah. So the fact that you like chocolate cake, it's like, did you enjoy that in the moment,
Yeah.
or were you thinking about how you're gonna stop enjoying it once it ends?
Wow. I feel like you just ate me up with that one sentence. I feel like I can see where you're going with that, and you just ate me up. Fairs. Because the happiness in the moment, just enjoy it in the moment.
Yeah, that's happiness.
Yeah.
Happiness is something that you need to. It's not every day have a. It's not every moment in life
Yeah.
that you need to look at the next moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just be
Just
in the
be
moment.
in the moment. Be present.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
feel like it kind of speaks to the negativity bias of human beings.
Interesting. Yeah.
Know what it is?
No.
I know you said that. You said interesting. You don't know what negativity bias
I'm trying to
is.
put. I'm trying to put the words in my head.
Okay, cool, man. Because I think that's them students. I just had to, because I don't want to sound patronizing when I'm asking.
No,
Like,
it's
do you know
fine.
what that is?
It's fine.
Cool.
No, like when you say these big words, it's not that you sound patronizing. It's like you sound educated.
No, because when I asked, do you know what it is? I don't want to sound patronizing when I
Oh
ask.
no, that's
do you
fine.
know what it is?
That's fine.
Because
Because
like, you
if
missed,
I were to now ask you, do you know about Euler Bernoulli's theory of? So
no,
I
but you
said,
didn't have to do that.
I don't even
No,
know
but
what
you
that is.
didn't.
Matty. I don't know what
You
it
didn't have
is.
to do that because this is like I need to look smart
Oh,
for people.
sorry.
So like
Am I making your podcast look dumb?
like you're making me look dumb still.
No, I'm not. No, I think you just have. We just have differing perspectives.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
different interests.
Exactly.
And we know different things.
Exactly.
Right.
And now we're coming together
And
to discuss.
now I've completely like forgot
My fault.
that which I was gonna say. It turned off.
Ah.
It did. I will address that in the future. Yeah, if you're actually like, how did we end up that we ended up? It's you.
Yeah,
It's you.
it is me.
Yeah,
It is me.
Okay,
I think
cool.
is this the most disorganized podcast you've done?
I think so. Yeah, actually.
Good.
Because no, it's not good. You can't say that. I'm trying to think like which one was the most chaotic. I feel like everybody managed to stay on track and stay like where they're supposed to be.
It's crazy how we went from Mankind Will What He Wills to Red Velvet and Chocolate Cake.
Exactly. And I genuinely blame you. But yeah, you were eating me up basically. That's what we were. Because you were basically saying how people don't think about the future. Negativity bias.
Yes. There we are.
That is where we were.
Negativity
And
bias.
negativity bias is just the like human inclination towards always being like negative, basically.
Yeah.
So when you think about stuff, you always think about like the negatives. You always see the negatives in things rather than the positives.
So, carry on.
Yeah. So for me, I think it like speaks to the negativity bias of human beings because it's like when it comes to happiness, you're like, oh yeah, happiness is so fleeting. It's like it doesn't stay this, that, and the third. But so is pain. So is suffering.
Pain is also pain
most
is
of the time
suffering.
anyway.
Most of the time,
Some people suffer all their lives, and that is so
it's
sad.
quite sad.
That is so
It's
sad.
quite sad. So, would you put?
No, but maybe that's the problem. Because it's possible for people to suffer their whole life, but it's not possible for someone to be happy their whole life.
That's very true.
So maybe that's what he means by like happiness is fleeting. That's why happiness is so painful.
But how can one thing be the complete opposite? Because happiness itself
Is happiness.
is happiness.
No, I think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying that.
I think happiness in the context of everything else can be viewed as painful.
Yeah, which is his point.
That's his point.
Yeah, I think.
Fairs.
Yeah,
I think
he ate us up.
yeah, fair enough. Schopenhauer and them things.
Wangadi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Schopenhauer.
and that's the thing. He says that it's so painful because it just leads to boredom.
Happiness.
Yeah,
Does happiness lead to boredom?
because like once you come down from the high of happiness, it's like what now?
Then it's just you're in a state of.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like sad. Because you're just bored.
But I don't think you have. I don't think you can be bored. I don't think you can be. You don't have to be bored and sad.
You don't have to be okay, Fairs.
You can be bored and chill.
I don't know if I agree. Because when you're bored,
you want to do something.
yeah, you want to do something. You're looking for something to do, and I think that again,
That's frustrating and then becomes sad.
yeah,
Cool.
and it links back to the will to live. You're always seeking for the next thing, like you're always looking for the
Interesting.
next thing
Okay,
to do.
interesting.
And it's just like,
Interesting.
when will you stop?
When
And
will
in
we
order
stop?
to
What's it called?
stop pursuing happiness. And once you stop pursuing happiness, ironically, you will be happy.
Or are you pursuing a thing to do instead of pursuing happiness?
I think the happiness is in the thing to do.
True.
Not necessarily, because if you're not doing something, you can still be happy whilst not doing it.
Say that again.
If you're not doing something,
Mhm.
you can still be happy whilst you're not doing something.
Very true.
So maybe happiness is not in the thing to do.
Yeah.
to see.
Because so I'm gonna give another example of my degree. Sorry, I just
You
finished.
and your examples leads us to like places that we never expect to go. So I'm excited for this one. Go on.
Because if I'm bored sitting on my bed watching TikToks, and then I know I've got my dissertation due,
Yeah.
like I don't want to actively pursue my dissertation. I don't want to go and start that because that dissertation is annoying.
Wait, oh my gosh, you have to do a dissertation for engineering.
Yes. That 40-page report.
Oh, why didn't I know this?
Yeah, man.
I never knew that.
40
Was it
page
optional?
No. They said you are doing a dissertation. Fam, 3 weeks into this 3 weeks into this year, they said give us a 10-page report on exactly what you're going to do in this dissertation.
So you had to do a dissertation on a dissertation.
Yeah.
Go on,
I had
uni.
to do a dissertation.
Go
in
on,
3 weeks.
university, man.
Yeah.
That's okay. My dissertation is optional, and I'm absolutely choosing to do it.
Fair enough. Because I think
Yeah,
let's
it's
not
just a bit of me.
let's not get off track. Let's lock in.
Right, first, as you were.
This is only because it's my fault.
Yeah, I blame you
Yeah,
wholeheartedly and completely.
it's fine. I take
It's
the blame.
completely your fault.
I take the blame. Yeah.
As you were.
This is a bit more of a light-hearted episode sometimes.
Do you even? This being lighthearted is really ironic, by the way.
What this
We're
episode,
literally
like,
talking about losing the will to live, and you're saying that this is the most lighthearted episode. Love that.
Look at that.
But yeah, I have forgotten what you were saying.
I
You were
don't
giving
actually
an
know what I
example.
was saying.
Dissertation.
Oh, dissertation. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna because I'm bored on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can be doing something and being bored at the same time. I'm not gonna go and pursue.
But you're not really
Thingy.
bored when you're doing something.
Yeah, you can be bored doing something.
Like,
100%.
Do you get bored when you're like scrolling
100%.
on social media?
Yes.
How?
Because I just see things that just aren't cool.
Fairs.
I see things that are
But like,
literally boring.
isn't seeing something entertaining?
No, it doesn't have to
Actually,
be.
fairs, because like watching a documentary, like I'm seeing something, but
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Watching a not interesting documentary because like
Yeah,
the
not
past 2
interesting.
years of my life have basically been documentary and dissertation. But
Right.
Yeah.
That's okay. It
It's
has
fine,
to be
it's fine.
well. It has to be well. Almost towards the end.
Are we actually?
Yeah.
All
Of what I
right.
have to say.
Oh no, this has been a really fun episode. I've
really?
really enjoyed myself.
I just really hope that like I didn't go on too many tangents, even though they were your fault.
Yeah, sorry, my fault.
But
It's okay.
oh
you
my
know-
gosh, this is the deep one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me lock in.
Which is that we should limit our expectations because we're always disappointed.
I understand.
That's so sad. I feel like everyone who resonates with that is like really sad.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because you can't really expect everything from everybody because at the end of the day, I remember, oh my gosh, going back to the TikToks things, there was like a public interview. Someone was doing a public interview, and they were interviewing a person, and they said don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence.
Yeah, I know
Have you
the
seen that
video.
video?
I know the
When I
video.
saw that, when I heard that, I said, "Bruh, that changed my
Wow.
entire perspective." of
He
life."
was so real for that.
was so
and
real.
he came out of nowhere.
Literally.
And he just started spitting bars, bro.
Bars.
Oh my gosh.
Bars. Like he like single-handedly changed the way I thought of the whole expectation and disappointment aspect of things.
Of life.
Because like if you expect let's say I'm doing a shoot and I need someone to bring a pair of lights, and they don't bring a pair of lights, I can't. Of course, I expected them to bring the lights. I thought it was within their remit to bring that pair of lights, but they may have had other things going on that may have slightly prevented them from doing so.
doing that.
Yeah, it's literally all about context.
It is.
It's all about context.
But
Like,
I feel like that's just so. It's exhausting.
it is exhausting.
Like, why can't things just happen how I want them to happen?
Yeah.
Why can't things just happen how they're supposed to happen in my head?
But like how they're supposed to happen in your head might not be how things are meant to pan out. Because, can I give another example?
Please do.
Take the rock music video. That was meant to be done so long before the actual day it got done, and it was meant to be me 4 other instrumentalists on stage to make 5, and then people dancing in the crowd as a mock audience. It's like a what's that word? Soul Train type of music video. We stuck to the theme,
Yeah.
but the plan changed completely so many times.
Right.
It ended up being 7 people on stage, and I just had to tell people, yeah, dress in all white. I had to tell this to people on the day, dress in all white, please.
On the day.
On the day,
Right.
like people were calling me,
So
telling
they had
me
to find all white
all white
on the day.
on the day.
That's fine.
On the day, I was meant to be the only one dressing in all white.
And then everybody.
And then everybody, nobody dressed in all white. I had to say, guys, could you please dress in all white? And it turned out to be my best ever music video.
Yeah, it got a lot of views. I'm gonna put like a snippet. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know. Copyright maybe. Who's knocking on the door?
No, there's no copyright. I turned it off.
What are we? Who are we?
Who are we?
Yeah, like how did we get here? I don't know who
My
we
man.
are, how we got here, how we didn't get here. But here we are. The last thing. It wasn't even that serious, but I'm not gonna leave you hanging.
Please don't.
Yeah. The last thing that we were gonna talk about is just like what we were saying about how don't have any expectations. I don't expect anything from anyone, but not having expectations is really sad though. Because
I wouldn't say don't have expectations, but don't expect the world from people.
But like sometimes it's like I'm not even expecting the world. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, and like you still can't do that small thing.
Yeah, but sometimes, okay. Cool. My lecturer would expect me to finish question 4 on that assignment. To him, it's not that hard. To him, it's not that serious. But to me, it took me 19 hours and I couldn't do it.
Fair. As you said, context, perspective.
Yeah.
Life. Yeah.
Life is very annoying and very sometimes difficult, but
because it just has so many unpredictable things and so many different people.
The unpredictability of life is like,
wow, come and see English.
And once you try to predict that,
it's problematic.
You'll just
see how we just bounced off.
Kada.
So I have one overarching question,
And then things there.
which is so taking everything into consideration that we've spoken about and like talking about Schopenhauer and his will to life.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should lose the will to live?
If the will to live is chasing achievement after achievement, yes. But if the will to live is
just like living life,
living life, breathing air, knowing somehow we're gonna get there and feel so wonderful.
That was so poetic.
Because in this life, it is all for real, and I'm literally just telling you how I feel.
Wow.
I think don't lose the will to live, because
don't lose the will to live, but don't keep chasing.
Don't chase achievements.
Achievements perpetually
for
the sake of other people.
Especially that
you can do stuff for yourself, but when it comes to like,
if you're what's the difference between chasing an achievement for yourself or chasing it for other people?
Okay, I was scared of the question you were gonna ask me. That's a good question. What's the difference between chasing an achievement for yourself and chasing it for other people?
Yeah, what's that
I
difference?
think chasing an achievement for yourself is what you think will make you happy with yourself and content with yourself, and like taking everybody else out of the equation, would you still do what you're doing? I think that's a question that a lot of people need to ask themselves. Are you just doing this because, guys on social media are going to see me and they're going to be like, I have like a brand new whip. I have this huge house. I have this, that, and the third. Is that, like, do you want to achieve that because you're happy with that and that's what you want for yourself? Or is that what other people want and expect of you and will praise you for? So I think the difference is that, because I always do this thing where I don't answer people's questions.
That's fine.
So I think the difference is that when you want something for yourself, even if everybody else didn't exist in the world, you will still do that thing. Like you'll still pursue it.
Yeah.
And you'll be happy doing it. You won't feel any type of way.
Literally.
You feel good. Yeah.
I think that links to back to what I said. Remember how I said I was chasing that feeling of I wanted to experience that feeling of if I'm making a beat or something, I'm like, this bangs and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it in the moment for myself. Not thinking about how anybody else would react to it.
Yeah, not thinking about how it's gonna blow up on social media.
I'm just like, my reaction, this just feels great. It sounds great and I'm happy because it is lovely.
Fairs.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I feel like I'm like, I don't know. Is it ever possible to just do something for yourself, like wholly, like completely for yourself? Isn't there always just a little bit of like something in the back of your mind where you're thinking about how other people are gonna respond and what other people think of you?
If you are extremely hungry and
Yeah.
you've just got Indomie in your cupboard,
Mhm.
so are you gonna take that out and eat, thinking about what other people are gonna think?
I don't think so.
There you go.
What was my question again?
Is it possible to, what's it called?
To do
To
something
do
without
something,
thinking about
yeah,
other people when you're
yeah.
doing it. Oh
Do something
yeah.
truly for yourself without there being an inkling of other
Mm,
people.
yeah. I'm trying to think if your example like convinced me. Am I convinced of that type of example? Because that's like you're hungry and you're literally dying. Of course, you can't think about what other people think. What if like you're in your most comfortable? Like, what if you're really in your zone?
Okay.
You're happy with everything.
Okay.
Everything about you, you know, is like
Yeah.
top tier, like top
Top
tier.
tier. Yeah.
Um, whatever you choose to do in that kind of environment, is that for yourself completely?
Whatever I do, if I'm just chilling top tier,
Yeah,
and whatever I do is that top tier for me,
yeah.
isn't that
Or
just
do you
maintenance of
just
that feeling? I'm just maintaining how the good
yeah,
vibe.
the good vibe that you're already feeling?
The good vibe. I'm
Fairs,
just maintaining it. I don't
fairs.
necessarily need to do it for
Okay,
anybody
cool.
else. Yeah.
So I think I'm happy with the conclusion that I came to earlier,
Off
which
it.
is if you want to do something and like you're aspiring and like and be reaching, aiming,
Yeah.
now advancing towards something,
Yeah.
you should do it for yourself and
Yeah.
ask yourself, if no one else existed in the world, would I still be doing what I'm doing?
Mm.
And the answer should be yes. If the answer is no, you need to recalibrate and rethink.
However,
Oh,
context is important.
in what sense?
If you are doing your exams, my year 11 students, if you are doing your exams, better be working hard.
Right.
Hey, I even forgot to text my mom. I've got a lesson in an hour. I need to cancel. You guys are going to see me live cancel a lesson right now.
Do you tutor?
I do.
Are you gonna cancel lesson?
Yes.
Is it private tuition or is it
Yes, it is private.
one? I feel like I need to start
Need
doing that. I
to
need to start doing private tuition
cancel because very busy.
because
I
very
have,
busy.
yes, already texted. So I swear. Cool. Yeah, I just cancelled the lesson live.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
But I think we're done.
Oh, we're done. This was really fun, guys.
Really.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this.
I'm so happy that you enjoyed it because
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like maybe I'm boring.
Not at all.
Maybe like the stuff that I want to talk about is just boring. Like nobody cares. Like literally no one cares.
No. I wouldn't even say nobody cares because even me, I wouldn't necessarily indulge myself into this type of media. However, the fact that I'm now here, it's made me think about
Yeah.
how I think of things.
hmm
Which
And I
I like.
think that's all I want people
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Just think about how you think of things.
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of people are lacking. Skepticism, like thinking again, interrogating
I think the
your
word
belief.
that's a good word to say because I think skepticism
Wow,
has
English.
it has like almost a negative connotation to it.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
whenever someone says, "Oh, you're being skeptical over this,"
Yeah.
you're automatically assuming, "Oh, is this really that
Yeah.
good?"
Yeah. Fairs.
But you can be skeptical and think, "Is it that bad?"
Positively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Positive skepticism. English.
English.
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you, Yev.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you for coming here, Yev.
Yeah, man. I really enjoyed it.
Do you want to say goodbye to the people?
Voila.
You said hello.
I said voila.
Oh. Oh, you said hola.
Nah.
No, you can't. You can't
No sponsor.
do this.
Drink water,
Guys, drink water.
please.
By command of Yev. Like right now, open up your water bottle and take a sip.
Do it with
Because
me.
Yev said so.
Open up your bottle. Have you done it? You open your bottle? Fantastic. 3, 2, 1. Episode ends. Y'all, let me tell you guys a story. Incy wincy spider climb up their water spout. Down came the rain, and he washed the spider out. I do not remember the West. West? Rest. Let me tell you another story.
No, you can't be on the phone.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Yeah, we're still recording.
H, I, J,
Yeah,
K,
I've been speaking to
L, M, N, O,
people.
P.
I can't wait to watch it back.
This is going to be hilarious.
See what
Q,
he
I,
had to
S,
say
T,
to them.
U, V,
We're
W, X, Y,
almost
and Z.
done. What are we even talking about?
Now I know my ABC.
You need to.
Next time,
You're saying that you can't.
next time,
You can't
you
tell
can sing with me? Sing with me, yeah. Come on.